Welcome back, team. If you watched the original first part of this, well done. This is the second part. It only progressively gets more unhinged from here, but we can say one thing for sure. It's gonna end. For all of you who've continued to watch Does Metal Have Soul, can I just say a big thank you? I realise that the podcast hasn't set the world on fire, but I have very much enjoyed it, so thank you for that. Please enjoy part 2 of Steel Panther. Love you, bye.
Okay, so yeah, moving on. Pussy Whipped.
Okay.
Feels like a callback to Metallica's Battery.
Mm-hmm.
You find that with a lot of their songs. It feels like a lot of their songs are callbacks to 80s songs.
Okay.
The original.
Oh,
Marty
that was that
McFly.
guy from fucking Black Mirror.
I'm not going to rewind it. Which?
The spaceship one, the guy that's like the arsehole from the spaceship guy.
Oh, Jesse Plemons.
Yeah.
Thick ass guitar tone. And you see why I say The Darkness are a rock band? Steel Panther a metal band. You don't have the double kick drums, the chunky guitars.
Some of the stuff they've done here is just rock.
Yeah. So just so the farts make you laugh, but balls, just balls.
No, the hitting of
Oh, okay.
violently hitting of balls.
Dicks aren't funny, but balls.
Because I'm a fucking woman, you're expecting me to have the
There's
fucking
no
property of a man.
expectation. A lot of jokes at Tiger Woods' expense. A lot of jokes at Tiger Woods' expense. They have a whole song about him that has a music video.
Oh, that's exploded as well.
Have you noticed the use of the shocker constantly? Yeah. I think they popularised the term. Oh. So they have a song called The Shocker, and the chorus is Two in the Pink, One in the Stink. That's called The Shocker.
Oh.
Sorry, can't miss a scream like that.
Yeah.
What is that aspect to a scream? You know what I mean? Like very breathy.
That you're probably you're using a lot of fry within it.
Oh, okay.
If I understand what it is you're asking.
Tricky one.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah, musically that one was like probably the best one we've heard so far.
Okay.
Because like between the acoustic guitar section at the start
fair.
and then the very heavy the tone of the guitar in one of the heavy sections was really good.
Yeah.
Then there was some really nice breakdown stuff. And a couple of the vocal things he did was really like the majority of the things that he's done so far are in my mind proof that he is a very good singer.
Yeah.
I don't think that's up for question whatsoever. In fact, if you don't like Steel Panther, I completely understand. But one of the things that we've talked about on this podcast plenty of times before is just because when we don't like something doesn't mean we're ever going to not admit when someone's good at something.
Yeah, sure.
And I would say that I don't know his name. What's his name?
So Michael Starr or Ralph Cians.
He's a very good singer.
Yeah, great singer.
Which is something that I find fascinating because they're, again, with the hair metal that we listened to last week, apart from Steelheart, I don't see any good vocalists within there. There was one or two that were better than the average.
Yeah, but you know, David Coverdale.
Well, did he do the hair metal?
Yeah.
Okay, so David Coverdale's very good. So
yeah.
So yeah, maybe it's just a cross section that you showed me. And granted, I've not heard it all, but that like he's very good.
When I was selecting hair metal, I could have done it from two perspectives. I could have said, here's 10 hair metal tracks and these are the best 10 vocalists in hair metal. Mm-hmm. But what I did was, here's 10 hair metal tracks from the 10 most well-known bands of the era. And that those two things aren't necessarily the same thing, are they? You can have the most popular band can have a bad singer.
Yeah, that's true. Metallica. So. So musically, I would give that an 8.
Oh, nice.
Well, it was very good.
Yeah,
like again, I'm not even if
I like that one.
If I don't enjoy something, I'm not going to pretend. This is why I was getting like slightly arsey with you earlier.
Slightly.
Because like I'm not going to sit here and have anyone tell me that I'm not being honest. And I don't like it when people.
It's not a case of you not being honest, babe.
No, but
calm down. I'm just saying that your sense of scale feels off.
well, my sense of scale might feel off because you enjoy it, and that's totally fine as well. But we have to remember that thing of like, we don't get upset or we don't start saying your scale's off when I don't enjoy something that you enjoy.
But we're
Do you
not
know what I
talking
mean?
about enjoyment, are we? We're talking about, you said it yourself there, like when talking about having a podcast, we have to be able to listen to things that we don't like, but also be objective about it and say that's still good.
Katrina, you need to know, I've been doing that for 2 years now. You think that I like every piece of metal that I've ever put up a reaction wise? Do I fuck? And there's parts of it where I know there's
No, but
days
you're
where I'm
honest.
like, of course I
Yeah.
am, which is what I'm saying. Like, I can objectively watch something that's not for me. Like, Will Ramos, I think, is an astonishing vocalist. But if I'm completely honest, Lorna Shore's straight up not for me. It's never going to be for me. But I'm also not going to sit there and lie and say, well, just because it's not for me, no, this is not very good though, is it? I'm not going to do that. And I've never done that. And I think that's one thing that of my channel, I can stand proud in the fact that I'm always, if I'm not honest, I'm balanced.
So that's your favourite of all of them, that's all?
Yes, I would say so. I think the music video was funny, but
Yeah, I don't think the joke's very good.
no, I think the natural, not natural. I was about to say the natural Libre, the Lucha Libre that came in. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's fun, but maybe you could have done that from this. I don't know. I just think the video was kind of flat.
For me, when you have a comedy, a song that's supposed to be funny, I feel that you can get away with having the title of your song being the punchline, but you need to disguise it. It can't be too like when you've got a song called Pussy Whipped. I've got the joke. I don't need to listen to it. I understand the joke already. You know what I mean?
Do you not think that's the case with all of their songs though?
No, I think there's a couple like Community Property.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
sure.
You don't know what that's about before you listen to it, and you're waiting to get to the punchline before it.
Well, this is the thing, which is why I think it's hard for you, hard in general for you going, right, well, you need to give it a rating of this
Yeah.
out of 10.
Well, I did say
musically.
we're not tattooing these to you or anything.
No, of course not. Musically, but when someone says, Melissa, can you rate this thing out of 10 musically? I'm like, right, but do you want me to do that for the music or the lyrics or both? Because those are
Well,
probably
that's why I
going
gave you different things.
because those are going to be three different fucking numbers.
Initially, we talked about doing like a tier list for this, like, you know, the S through F tiers, and I think it just doesn't work for something like this because you'd put everything in D tier, you know,
Sure.
because none of it is going to elevate you. There's not going to be anything here where you're going to go, oh, that's an S tier. But what we're really looking for is we're like doing this in a vacuum. We're comparing all of these to all of the other things that are in this list, not everything on this list to everything in music. Because in music, like I've not seen most of these music videos. I don't remember the last time I listened to this band. They're not high art, you know. They won't be
Sure.
remembered. But I can compare their songs to their other songs. So, all right, let's keep going. She's Tight featuring Robin Zander.
Who's Robin Zander?
Wish I could tell you.
I'm going to golden butt to this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I've heard all I need to hear. Like,
That's an ominous screenshot to have while we're talking. It's another glory hole.
that's your bumhole.
Yeah. It's not caked in enough shit.
Come on, people!
I'm Motley Crue it over here.
I swear to God, 100 men. 100 men versus cleaning their ass.
Yeah.
How about that?
Nice.
No, I'm not going to start.
Yeah, just stop. You'll just wind yourself up. I'm totally with you on that. I worked Golden Buzzer that after about a minute. It was just like, it almost sounds like a different band. It's like this was very clearly written for this collaboration.
Well, like when it started with the and I was like, okay, I can fuck with this because that's the tea. Like, I think there's elements of music from the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Uh-huh.
that-
Yes, very boring cliche, like 50s rock and roll stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not out here trying to tell anyone. Musically that they're breaking any new ground, but there's Rocky Horror Picture Show songs that bled out into various parts of those genres, which I really enjoy, and I know they're not pushing any new ground, and I know that they're really cliched, but I really enjoy them. So when it first started, I was like, oh, but no, it wasn't going anywhere, and it's just like, oh,
yeah. There's parody and there's pastiche, and
kitsch.
this feels
Quiche.
pastiche.
No, it's
This
not.
just feels a pastiche of old Cheap Trick songs. And the gags in there aren't gags. It's just weak sauce. So I don't rate that one.
No, I don't
Numbers?
like it at all. I'm going to give them 1s across the board.
Yeah.
Well, just because like the music video is just them in front of a white background. Who
Lazy.
fucking, who
Very
fucking
lazy.
cares?
Super lazy.
So you got some models in. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like.
Okay, let's keep going. Not a bad one now. Poontang Boomerang.
Okay.
How does this one go, by the way?
Poontang Boomerang. That I've stolen that.
That's She's My Cherry Pie.
Sometimes you can unconsciously steal other people's.
Don't
music.
think you're that far off.
Really? That's bad.
I feel that this is a good example of a song title where you get the basic idea, but you don't know how it's going to be delivered.
Okay.
Whereas Pussy Whipped, I've got it. I know it. I know the story you're going to tell me here. He did a fart there.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
I'll actually rewind.
Why?
Because I know you like a fart.
I do like a fart, but I'm not completely.
That's a squeaky door.
That was a squeaky. That was a Glinda. This kitten would never say these things. This beautiful little kitten.
He was totally trying to get a high five there.
I was totally right. 1,000 monkeys typing will make Shakespeare.
I told you.
I was totally right. I was 1 note off.
It's quite impressive, though. Or, it highlights how lazy the songwriting is.
Well. Women with the makeup. That.
That's the David Lee Roth.
Yeah. No. No. Okay.
How was that?
The music video, I think that was really fun.
Yeah, you seem to enjoy the music video.
Yeah, it was
You're like
quite
a crazy bitch.
I love a crazy bitch. I love an unhinged bitch. Some of his vocals in that were very good. He's got that Dave Lee Roth whistle, because it is a whistle. And I'll fight people in the comment section about that who tried to tell me that I didn't know what I was talking about. Yeah, it was fun. I think musically there wasn't anything bananas. I said it when I was talking. I'm going to repeat myself. 1,000 monkeys typing at 1,000 typewriters for infinity will type Shakespeare. Melisa singing randomly will eventually just sing the song.
But you were just singing someone else's song.
That is true. I did just steal that.
Okay, so ratings?
I'm going to give it musically probably like a 4.
Yeah.
Music video gets a 7.
Yeah, good music video.
Maybe even an 8. Performance, that gives like an 8.
Yeah.
Because like genuine skill is required to do some of that shit.
Yeah, there's a great big scream in there, which is really sustained. And
yeah. Do you know the thing as well is when I was thinking I was watching this, I think the thing that when it comes to the comedy side of it, that probably would land better with me, they're parodying hair metal, who are people who did get laid a lot and did do all these things and did very much like, have that lifestyle, that aesthetic.
Yeah.
And I think the one thing I love about Spinal Tap is that they did have the lifestyle, but they sucked at it.
Yes,
and
I agree with you.
They were essentially losers, and they tried to get laid, and they were shit at that, and they tried to be big shots, but they were shit at it.
That's funny for a That's funny for a film. It's not funny for a career.
Maybe I look at this.
I agree with you.
I look at it and I go, right, let's take I don't know what was one of the ones that I was like, it's too much. Glory Hole.
Yeah.
Right? That for me was too tiring. It was like, okay, this is just vulgarity, and I'm like, I'm not in fact a 12-year-old boy, so I need a little bit more than that, madame. You've given me the foreplay, and now I need you to give me something a little bit more, because that's dull as dishwater. And I think if they were losers and they were having the Glory Hole thing and they were fucking it up and being like, oh, I don't know, what's wrong?
Nothing.
I thought you were about to tell me you haven't been recording, and I was going to go, ah! No, if they were losers doing it and they were like fucking it up or, falling in love with the wrong people, blah, 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 I probably would enjoy it.
But here's the
more.
thing, right? It's funny to play a loser, but it's not fun to play a loser.
Sure.
You build your career around playing a loser. It's not going to be fun. Build your career around playing a rock star. You'll have fun while you're doing it.
Someone needs to talk to Kanye West about that.
Okay, so next one, I think you'll golden buzzer this just for the music video. It's a lazy music video.
Okay.
So this is I Got What You Want. This is just live footage from a concert. It's pro shot.
Sure.
Wouldn't you love a leopard print bass though?
No.
No?
No, golden buzzer, that's surely. Surely.
You tell me.
Yes. Yeah. Not because it's like crazy bad, just because it's like very dull.
Yes. And that's, I guess, the other thing that feels like an obvious thing when you're a parody band and you have this idea and a joke. The joke will inevitably get tired after a point, and then you have to start making songs instead of making jokes, which is why I haven't listened to Steel Panther since their second album came out. You know.
Sure. How many albums do they have out now?
I don't know, like 6 or 7.
Oofed.
I'm still touring the world and filling huge things because people have fun with it.
Yeah, I think with the problem with comedy acts that don't do actual stand-up shows.
Yes.
You've got such a shelf life with some people, not with everyone, but I do think there comes a point where, like, because Weird Al Yankovic has had a fucking huge, long career and he's done loads of things, but yeah, I just think there comes a point where it's like, okay, well, we've heard all the jokes you've got that were really fun and fresh. Now what do you have? Oh, well, you just have bland hair metal.
Yeah,
and it's like,
it's a weird thing with comedy. That your comedy has to be long-lasting enough that people can listen to the same joke over and over.
Yeah.
Nobody would, I don't know, if you took someone like Bill Bailey, and Bill Bailey announced that he was doing...
Bill Bailey.
But if Bill Bailey announced that he was doing a Part Troll tour, where you could go and see him do the Part Troll show live, are you going to say you want to go to that?
I would go to that. I would really go to that. The duck lies shredded in a pancake. I would 100% go to that.
Not so much for me. Okay, so you don't rate that one?
No, not because I'm shitting on it. I don't think it's super bad or anything. I just think it's kind of dull.
All right. This is a waste of time. It features Stone Sour.
Oh, okay.
Corey Taylor's band.
Oh, yeah. Corey Taylor, I've never heard of him.
And I saw you, girl. Hey,
this is us telling... He's wearing a Rick James t-shirt, but it's Iron Maiden. It's
Rick James, bitch.
You're coming with me now.
Oh,
nice chord change. Very kind of Stone Sour, I think.
Like Corey Taylor.
Yeah. I didn't notice it until you pointed out, but yeah, that is in fact Corey
Taylor.
Yeah, so this is the guy on the right. I believe his name's Josh, the guitarist of Stone Sour. And I assume Jim is on the left. Yeah, Corey looks kind of unrecognisable with a wig.
He's got a cam down on the lip filler.
Who?
Lead singer.
Has he got filler?
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah, I can hear. So Corey's doing backing vocals there, isn't he?
Yeah.
I feel like he should have a verse.
Yeah.
Or sing the chorus.
Maybe he's about to sing.
Maybe he does. He's just got that David Lee Roth thing down. You think it's Corey doing an impression of Michael Starr?
Yeah.
But it's a good impression of Michael Starr, so why do it? Yeah, it's more apparent it's Corey there. How was that?
I think there was some really nice chord changes in there.
Like a grungy alt rock type thing. Yeah.
I think the guitar playing is solid.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple of vocal things that were very good.
Yeah.
I think lyrically, okay, the line "wasted too much time fucking you," sure, but it seemed to be the only part of it that was really exciting
yeah,
lyrically.
literally the only thing I remember from it. Maybe because I was so caught up in watching the video.
Maybe.
Looking for,
Some people do say it to me on the channel, they would prefer me not to watch the music video, but then I'm also like, I love watching music videos.
Yeah,
I loved it as a kid and I love it now.
Yeah, and if you want me to not watch music videos, just listen to things and talk about them, then you don't want YouTube videos. You want radio.
Radio 4. And I'm happy to like... Actually, I was about to say I'm happy to create a radio station where it's just me, but I'm not happy to do that.
But you'd never have to put makeup on.
That's true. I do hate putting makeup on these days.
Yeah. You just sit in bed in your
That's
pants.
not true. I love putting makeup on. It's just some days I'm just like, I just want to be a worm.
All right, how do we rank the song?
Musically, not lyrically, I would give it a 7.
Interesting. Because of that nice chord change?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because if you give me a nice chord change, I'm a happy camper.
Yeah.
I don't need much. I'm not this is it. Like, you love, like...
Tiny hands. Like Pringles with
like
fingers.
I think I might be wrong. I think you would be more discerning when it comes to, like, whether or not there's musically something interesting, which is why I find it fascinating that you really enjoyed Steel Panther, but I understand you enjoyed it from a comedic sense, not necessarily
No, I enjoyed it
a
from
sense.
some great guitar playing. So.
Okay, well, you know what?
Almost every one of these songs has a great guitar solo in it.
Sure. But I think the one thing that I don't require much to like a song. So yeah. I think that the video was kind of meh, but it was nice to see Corey Taylor
He didn't need to be in the song though.
No, it was a bit weird.
Didn't really contribute
Bit
anything.
weird. Yeah.
All I want to do is fuck myself tonight. Sorry, all I want to do is fuck myself tonight.
He's getting married.
He's gay. I'm telling you, he's
I
gay.
would say thank you for
Like he's supposed to be gay,
party with
gay
you
character.
all these
Yes.
years, man. Here's to whatever comes next.
Yes, because he's more interested in his appearance than the women in the music videos. He is aging quickly. Don't you think?
Yeah, but he's got loads of filler in his face, and like depending on your facial structure, filler's the worst thing you can put in it. Like he's got lip filler, he's got chin filler, and cheek filler. It's just not a good look for men.
Let's get.
He's got a shirt on that said "Suck my Richard."
No, he did
He
not.
I know, dude. Thank you.
Steel pan.
Trademark. You owe me money, bitch.
Panther. Let's get.
When did this come out?
5 years ago.
Damn it.
Damn it! I genuinely thought that was ours.
Aww.
Maybe "Suck a Bag of Richard" is still ours.
That's still ours.
I think a lot of the guests in this are all from band. I'm surprised you didn't spot that "Suck a Bag of Richard" show. Oh no, sorry, "Suck my Richard." This video does go on for a fair amount longer, but I'm going to stop it there because it goes on for another 4 minutes.
Christ.
How's that?
I thought the music video was cool. I thought they'd really put time into like trying to create a narrative.
Yep.
And I always appreciate. Musically, no.
Yeah.
No.
Beige.
No, just like.
To the point where the joke gets tired.
What?
It's the point where the joke gets tired.
Yeah. Yeah.
But fun music video.
Yeah.
And I think you could always say that to me if you said, "Oh, babe, Steel Panther's got a new music video out. You should watch it." I'll go, "Yeah, I'll watch that. Sounds like fun."
Sure. I'm never going to say that.
I'm more interested in the music video than I am the song.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep going. Always going to be a hoe.
Had your vagina never seen the shade?
You like that? That good line?
I'm gonna use that.
I want to get one of these suction cup dildos for my guitar.
Why, so you could use it when we're playing the fucking blandest bars ever?
Yeah. For Let's Get It On, if I turned round and for the guitar solo, stamped that on there.
Yeah, musically I thought that was okay. He wasn't doing anything spectacular, but the guitar sounded good. And I do think the riff and the chords in the chorus and the melody worked really well together. I thought the music...
Also, Vagina in the Shade.
Vagina in the Shade. If you don't think I'm going to use that on Wednesday, but like, bitch, your vagina's never seen the shades. Don't give me your shit. That's the gayest line ever. I'm stealing that. Yeah, that was okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number rating?
I would give that one musically a 7. Music video gets like a 5.5.
Fuck everybody.
I like the sentiment.
Yeah.
I like the lyrics.
Fully here with the sentiment.
Music's not very good.
Generic.
Music video's hilarious.
Yes.
Because it's such a product of the time.
Yeah, it's like we can't put a lot of effort into it, so we're going to draw attention to the fact that we can't put a lot of effort in. And hopefully you'll enjoy that.
Art through necessity? Yes.
Yeah.
Also, I like the absurdity of having like a fucking full-grown bear that's not quite part of the background, and you know, and then dragging
giant
the
mastiff.
dog. I love shit like that. So I enjoyed
Because it's absurd.
Sure, yeah. This is what I'm saying. If you're going to be absurd, I'm going to laugh my ass off.
How do you rate that?
I give the music video an 8.
Okay.
Because I thought it was really funny and really like wonderful snapshot in time. I like stuff like that. Musically, it's like a fucking 4.
Yeah, it's just a weak sauce.
Not very good.
All right, Gods of Pussy.
Oh, God.
It's interesting that they went to the effort of having the karaoke vocal thing.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
What's that adding?
Are they expecting people to like?
Into the mic.
Are they expecting people to like sing along with the music?
This is how I feel when I rock up to a gig playing guitar. I feel like everything you need to learn about rock guitar, shred guitar, you could learn from just learning Steel Panther solos. It's all in there. It's just
Which is bizarre.
yeah.
Because, you know, that wasn't good.
No.
No, it
I
really
don't like the
wasn't
melody
good.
in the chorus or
No, I don't
Music
like it.
video's not that fun.
Yeah, music video's not interesting.
Yeah.
There's maybe one moment I had a wee titter.
All right, how do we rank it?
I would.
Guitar solo was pretty good.
Well, this is it. Like it's hard because like there's parts of every song
Yes.
where I'm like, oh no, there's like he sang something really great,
Yes.
or the guitar solo. I have to agree with you. I think the guitarist in this band is the best part of the band. He's clearly very good at what he does. Every guitar solo has been done very correct for the genre, correct for the song, and there's been one or two flourishes here and there that have been actually very good. So yeah, just lyrically and everything.
Unfortunately, the rest of it.
Fucking...
So you don't rate that high?
No, like a 3.
Okay. Heavy metal rules.
I mean, I love that so many people so enjoy them.
Sure.
That's nice. I love that for them.
That's Glenn Tricker.
Oh,
You know who that is?
yeah. I like them. Are they quite big in Europe as well?
Yeah. What do you think their Spotify monthlies are?
Oh, like 4 million.
Actually, no. Half a million.
Way more than I thought it would be.
That's significantly lower than I thought it would be. Yeah. Maybe because with a band like this, once you've listened to the song, you've got the joke. Maybe they sell, they're doing bigger gigs than they are Spotify numbers. Because people want to go and see them.
Yeah.
People want to go and have the party.
Thanks.
How do you feel about
There's some really cool vocal stuff in that. He was, again, I can't fault the ability. I really can't. He's got a great voice, and he does lots of things that are require a good grasp of mix and a good grasp of fry. And I've never met a singer who's got a good grasp of mix and fry who wasn't a good singer. Do you know what I mean?
that? Yeah, sure.
Excuse me. I've met plenty of still fucking tutors who try to tell me, and I'm like, okay, cool. So give me an example. Well, okay. And then they give me an example. I'm like,
You
bitch,
can
go
just say
home.
you can just say Donna. It's okay. She's not watching.
No, because bitch,
She's off in the unemployment line.
because bitch wouldn't even dare try to talk to me about it. I'm not being, that's not shade. Some people just won't talk to me about it, and the reason they won't talk to me about it is because they can't recreate it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't fault him. He's a great singer.
I
I don't know if the song is all that amazing. Yeah. There's not really, I'm trying not to be...
Just slapping that against your tits.
It's just a wee bit there. I'm trying not to be too Debbie Downer. Because again, I really like when you're seeing all these crowds and you're seeing people like having a really amazing time. You're like, that's great. Like all you can really hope for in the world is that you put out stuff that people really enjoy. And if you do, like I genuinely love that for people.
Sure.
Like I'm never going to be a better Betty who's sitting here just because I don't have like millions of people who follow and enjoy my music. That doesn't make me like sad for other people. I'm like, you better fucking work. Get out there, Louise. Do your thing. Like I love
I'd
it.
sooner die than go to one of those shows.
I would sooner shove bamboo shoots under my nails than go to a Steel Panther concert.
So we're not going to get tickets for
No, thank you. If you want to take Hayley, if you want to take your ex-wife to a Steel Panther concert, you go straight ahead. You guys have a nice night. I'll stay in with Brover and have some ice cream.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Let's get high tonight. What style is that?
Black metal. Oh yeah, but that was Zach Wilds.
I love a time signature to change, but in appropriate styles, and this doesn't need the time signature shifts. We're missing them dressed as a country band.
Oh, we've seen the gay one dressed as a woman.
I'm stopping it.
Yeah.
Just don't need the arbitrary time signature changes. 4/4, chorus is in 3, but there's a riff. There's a 7/8 riff. 7/8 alternating with 4/4, and I love stuff like that. That feel of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I like that in prog music, but this isn't prog music, so it doesn't need to be there.
Yeah, that's fair.
What do you think? Also, I'm not a stoner, so songs about drugs just do nothing for me.
Well, it's also like...
I don't laugh, and
Yeah, I don't... I think that one was pretty weak sauce.
I'm all for songs telling people to go and fuck, but songs that tell everybody to go and do drugs, I'm like, yeah, I'm out.
I don't mind songs saying you go and do drugs, but it's like, I don't know any motherfucker who would be here mixing mushrooms with ecstasy. That would be a fucking recipe for disaster. Fucking hell. I think as a direct symptom of spending my entire 20s being a musician, that
Being high as balls.
not being high as balls, but you know, I've lived my 20s were lived very fully for a young person. So by the time I was 27, I was nearly almost partied out.
I thought you were going to say nearly dead.
No, I was nearly partied out. So like when other people when people get into like their like, I'm not gonna not gonna say it on the podcast. See people that are still in their 30s who are still like this. Yes, let's listen to this on a Friday night and go fuck it up. I'm like, Susan, why? But then I remember that by the time I was 27, 28, I was like, I'm fucking tired. I just want to have a nap. I've been partying since I was fucking 19
I think
and
it's
I
pretty
can't do it
standard.
anymore.
People spend their 20s partying. Some people never stop partying, but the people that stop partying after their 20s is because they've moved into the career stage of their life where they're building
Maybe.
for their future.
Maybe it's just because, you know, I think my relationship with drugs was fairly like not all that problematic. I think it was quite standard for a lot of kids my age at the time. So stuff like that, I'm just like, eh. And as a Scottish person, my relationship with alcohol is like fucked. So
I'm looking forward to partying like this when I'm 50 and retired, you know?
50 and retired.
Yeah. Okay, let's keep going. Fuck 2020. I need to go back and check. I'm going to stop that one there.
I think it's the same solo.
Same solo, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's literally just read out the vocals.
Yeah. A sentiment I hold dearly. 2020 was a weird year. I don't think we all collectively have really understood how impactful that year was on the rest of fucking time.
Yeah, I think, and I don't think we ever really will. I think it's something that 50 years from now people will look back at as a historical event, and kids will talk about it, having not been there. In the same way that, you know, I don't know, the bombings in London, like the
Blitz.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. I think it's cute that they went to release something like that. I think it's cute. I think again, it's a snapshot in time, and creating something for people to laugh about at that time. Props, because I don't know about anybody else watching currently. I didn't have much to laugh about. I drank every single day to excess.
That's not true.
What?
That's not true. You were, but then when the lockdowns really started happening, like that was when we got together.
We got together to the tail end of the very worst parts of the lockdown. Yes, we did. I remember it vividly. Trust me, that my memory's bollocks for everything, but not for 2020. We got together in the September of the worst part of lockdown.
We got together when you were able to travel.
Yes.
And then we moved into a period where we weren't allowed to travel.
That's true.
So I wasn't allowed to come to you.
Yeah.
But I still did.
Yeah. I mean,
Speeding down the motorway at 100 miles an hour, being like, pull me over, please. I dare you. So be like, if you make me turn around and go back to my house with the woman that I'm divorcing, I will kill her.
It was kind of romantic.
Yeah.
It was kind of romantic.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of, never too late to get some pussy tonight. It's me driving down the motorway.
Speaking of, you cheeky ass.
Yeah, driving down the motorway.
I'm into that.
Get ready to do some hard drive.
I still want you to write a heavy metal album. Like a parody heavy metal album like this.
How did you what though?
Metal.
Oh, I don't know how I'd begin to do that.
Sit down and sing all your riffs. Like Michael Jackson did. Oh no. He's missing the rehearsal.
Ah.
Actually was watching a Wynton Marsalis video. I was going to show it to you because it was a question about genres initially, but he started with, do you guys also wear suits when you rehearse? Which was funny to me.
Yeah.
And Wynton was like, no, we wear suits when we perform as a sign of respect to you. We respect to you. So if we're going to come play music for you, we'll put on a suit. But what I liked in there is he was talking about genres. And, you know, we've had to talk about genres on the show before. And he said we have words to describe everything in the world. Why would music be any different? We use it for communicative purposes. We need to be able to communicate with each other. If I want a cup of tea and you bring me a coffee, I'm going to be pissed off because I wanted a tea. And then he joked and said, you wouldn't say to somebody, "Oh, I'm really fucking thirsty. Get me some liquids."
Sure.
Say what you want. Labels are important.
A little cat.
How's the song?
I like the riff, the da-na-na-na-na-na, but it reminds me of another riff, and I can't think of where that riff's come
Pretty
from.
cliche, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was interesting. Solid guitar, lyrically, not enough jokes for me.
Yeah. Telling a fun little story in the music video, though.
Yeah, I like the music video. That was fun.
But just so people know, bands don't rehearse in their full
No.
stage outfits.
No, they do not.
I'm looking at this camera when actually my camera's up there.
Get in my camera. Look at your big head.
Look at my big eye.
No, lean over. Look at this big fucking pumpkin head. Good lord.
Look at me with some colour on my skin.
I know, you look like a ghost in this other one.
All right, we're nearly there.
Okay.
1987.
Come here, Bubs. Oh, little fat boy. What would you like to say to the people, brother?
Bleh.
Do you call him Snappy Chat?
He did.
You stupid old man!
Hey, it comes for us all.
Have you seen that Snappy Chat?
I just had a horrifying thought there, right?
Huh.
I'm 36, nearly 37,
It's
heading towards 40. And because he just talked about 19-year-old tips, right? And I just thought there, how would I feel if I was with a 19-year-old? All that I would think to myself is, what the fuck is wrong with you? Not me, but the 19-year-old. So I look back to being young. And I'm like, the old guys that were sleeping with us young people, is this how they felt?
I think that as a 37-year-old, if you're looking at a 19-year-old and going, why? What's wrong with you? When you point a finger, you're pointing three back. You should also be going, what's wrong with me?
Oh, yeah, I
why
know
am I
that.
with a fucking child? But
So
yes,
did I.
you are right.
I think that's sweet.
Yeah? A nostalgia song.
Yeah, why not? Like, I think if you're doing a kind of music that is very much a product of a very specific time
Yes.
in history, that you're perpetuating it because it's a nostalgic thing and it's nice to have a little song to be like, wasn't it great? I mean, it's always way better in your memory than it is at the time.
This is the heavy metal Sir Duke.
Oh,
What is Basie Miller, Satchmo, and the king of all Sir Duke? There you go, got you in the end of the episode.
oh God. But that was sweet.
Yeah.
That was sweet. What do you think?
Same.
Yeah.
I think as you get older, your attitudes change.
Mm-hmm.
I think 15 years ago, songs about sex make sense. But as you get older, you probably want to write more songs about nostalgia.
Yeah, I think you should age with your audience.
Yeah.
Rather
Than make predators out of your audience.
Well, this is kind of, Haley very said that she didn't enjoy the last Steel Panther gig she went to, and it wasn't just because the audience fell off. One of the things I very specifically remember her saying was that Steel Panther kept, not the songs, in between songs, kept saying things that were kind of gross because she had that moment of looking. It's like me watching fucking...
Tiny hand.
It's like me watching Jason fucking Donovan, who's 400 years old, play Frankfurter. I realised in that moment, I was like, no, Susan, because that's just it. When Tim Curry played him, he was a young man. Yeah. He was like mid-20s, late 20s. So I think an audience... you know, I don't know, like I just think you should age with your audience. You shouldn't be standing on stage saying the things you would have said when you were 20.
Yeah.
It's very much, she's only 17. You shouldn't be
You
perpetuating
can sing that when you're 19, but not when you're 45.
You can't sing that when you're 45.
Yeah.
You got to go, I'm 45. Wasn't that music great that we listened to? Didn't we have a great time? Didn't we have so much adventure? Here's some of our adventure, but also we are older now. So it's different.
Yes.
Not gone, just different.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I agree with you completely. The next song, we only got 2 more to do, Eyes of a Panther, is actually one of the songs from their first album.
Oh, okay.
So they made a music video for it recently. And it's a lazy music video. It's just a live thing.
So this is the oldest thing they've listened to.
Same album as Death to All But Metal. It's the line there, and the tongue like a cowgirl or a tongue like a cow, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I heard.
You like the old spinning around on the floor routine?
This just looks so silly.
So you think this was all shot in Glasgow?
No, there was just a snapshot. There was a wall that I recognised.
Oh, that seemed to get a good response from you. Vintage Steel Panther.
Vintage Steel Panther. I think that's probably musically the best one so far.
I'd say musically it's the most generic. Performance-wise, his vocals are great on there.
We need to context. It is the Steel Panther rating. It's not the rating of all music. I meant of
all of the songs we've listened to. Musically, it's
maybe
it's
I was just
extremely
distracted how very good the vocals were.
Yeah,
maybe that's the case.
It's a well put together track, but there's none of the riffs in that are particularly interesting. Like, what was the one with the Metallica battery thing at the start?
The one from the Las Vegas was probably musically the best.
No, yeah, no.
Yes.
I don't think that was the one I enjoyed the most. I can't remember what the fucking song was, but it was the one that started with all the acoustic guitars.
Yeah.
That was not the Las Vegas one.
No. But sure.
Pussy Whipped. It was Pussy Whipped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
But I think the vocals in that were top tier.
Yeah, absolutely top tier vocals.
Like, that's like, that's madness.
Yeah. She'll leave them on screen there. It's got that David Lee Roth look.
Scary.
Okay, so move on to the last track. So
Okay.
this is On Your Instagram.
Okay. Is this old?
No. This isn't even a joke. This is a political statement.
Yeah. Yeah, but when did they release this?
I think in the last 2 years.
Oh, boo, you're late to the party of this conversation then.
1 year ago. The irony of this song being done by a bunch of old dudes in wigs and makeup.
And at least one of them's had extensive plastic surgery.
I ain't got time for this melodic bullshit, Satchel. Give me some licks. I'm going to stop it there. So, I think that Steel Panther have found themselves in this really, really, really weird place for a band to be in, which is, I think it makes the most sense for them to be a legacy band now. Don't make more music.
Yeah.
Only play old music.
Yeah.
So people come out to see the old stuff, because I'm not interested in what you have to say now.
Well, it's also just like, this was posted a year ago. It's like, Mary, this conversation's been going on for a long time. Everyone knows that Instagram is complete nonsense garbage that people just lie their teeth through. Like, it's also just like, you can't have it both ways. You can't have this like nonsensical, silly, over the top, blah blah blah. We're out here having loads of sex with beautiful women, and but also be exactly what you said you are. And if you don't catfish, like, the women you hang around with should look like how they look on Instagram. If you are as good in bed as you say you are, which you're not, you're like, it's a character.
Yeah.
Like, it just feels misbalanced and weird. I don't know. Like, I think you're right. I don't think they should be make fun, make 2020, make, like, you know, fuck you 2020. Everything's shit. Lol. Yeah?
This is a lol too, though.
A little bit.
Yeah. Okay, so that's us done. What do you think of Steel Panther?
Listen, it's not for me, but at the same time, they've got very talented members of their band, which I don't like saying, but it's true. He's a great singer. They have a great guitarist. They're not changing the genre. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
Because they're playing a genre that's dead. But at the same
they're
time,
very much keeping it alive, and they put a lot of...
Yeah. And like, they bring people a lot of joy, and Christ, that's all you can really expect in these days. And they seem like they're having a lot of fun. And genuinely, I do think there's parts of their songs that are really funny. Do I think all the comedy's for me? No.
No.
Because some of it is just veers too hard down vulgarity, and I don't find extreme vulgarity all that funny. But some of it was genuinely funny, and like I got a good laugh out of it. So, Christ, if you can get in 2025, in this day and age, in this economy, if you can get a laugh out of somebody, you know what?
Here's the real question, though: is
What?
it the best of hair metal?
Yeah. It's the best of hair metal I've heard.
Yeah.
And I know some of you came in the last comment section just to be like, oh, Melissa, you should listen to some of this. I really loved hair metal when I was, young, blah, blah, blah. And I love that for you. And I'll never want to take it away from anyone. But of the hair metal I have heard, this is probably the best.
Okay. All right, I'm going to call it there. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. We will be back next week because that's what we do.
Yeah.
We hope you have had fun. And until then,
Suck a Richard.
suck my Richard.
Big finger. Poontang, boomerang. That I've stolen that.
She's my cherry pie.
Sometimes you can unconsciously steal other people's
I don't think you're
musics.
that far off.